Now he's going to tell me to tell you he love you. He say he really fucked with you, yo. Man, Shorty a real nigga. Shorty just seen me and greeted me. You hear me? Yeah. But yeah, man. Hey, most niggas be scared to come up to us. For what?
Mello, that's what NBA YoungBoy right now, right? I don't know if it's his little thing, whatever. Suck on that balcony on that chair for $100.
Jesus Christ.
I told her I got 100 for you, that's all I got.
Yeah, he got a deal. yeah, he got a deal.
Welcome back to the channel, fam. Today, we're diving into one of hip-hop's most twisted and intense beefs, the ongoing saga between 6ix9ine and NBA YoungBoy. This isn't your typical rap rivalry. This is years of drama, snitching, million-dollar deals, murder cases, and label politics all rolled into one. We're talking about two of rap's most controversial figures and how their relationship went from mutual respect to straight-up war. Buckle up, because this story is wild from start to finish. Let's rewind to 2018. Both 6ix9ine and YoungBoy were at the peak of their grind. 6ix9ine was exploding with rainbow hair and that aggressive, in-your-face style, while YoungBoy was building his empire in Baton Rouge. These weren't just artists, they were forces of nature reshaping hip-hop. Here's the twist. Despite all the tension now, these two actually respected each other back then. Street still meant something, and real recognizes real. According to 6ix9ine, NBA YoungBoy actually came up to him and showed genuine respect, not just a nod or a fake industry handshake. 6ix9ine recalled it like this: YoungBoy walked up, greeted him properly, and kept it moving like a true OG. 6ix9ine even said YoungBoy was one of the realest people he'd ever met, pointing out that most folks would be too scared to approach him, but YoungBoy wasn't like that. Cool, confident, and authentic. That's how it started, before everything went sideways.
Like, who's someone that you had a perception in your head that might be negative, that you met, and then they completely proved you wrong?
I think NBA YoungBoy.
Okay.
So I thought NBA YoungBoy, like, you know, want to be down. Like, how I say, like, I met him at a basketball game, but this is before cooperation.
Okay, what year? Oh, this is like 2018-ish? Like,
yeah, I just walked up to him by myself.
Oh shit.
He said it. I got it right here. You want to see it? So he's like, yo, I walked with 6ix9ine. He mad cool. He came up to me by himself.
And this is in New York City?
No, it was in LA.
LA, okay.
I'm gonna see. I saved it, but NBA YoungBoy, he's pretty down to earth.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's just misunderstood, bro. I think people just misunderstand his music. It's real.
Yeah, people think he's like reckless and violent. I mean,
he's not. He's actually, he only fuck with people who fuck with him.
This part is crucial, y'all, because it proves that before all the drama, the label politics, and the media hype, these two actually saw each other as real ones in the game. YoungBoy wasn't fazed by 6ix9ine's notorious reputation, and 6ix9ine genuinely respected YoungBoy's authenticity, hustle, and street credibility. It was a rare moment of true mutual respect between two artists grinding day and night, building their empires, and making waves in hip-hop. This wasn't about clout or flexing, it was real recognition of talent, work ethic, and the grind that only a few could truly understand.
Now he's going to tell me to tell you he love you. He say he really fucked with you, yo. Man, Shorty a real nigga. Shorty just seen me and greeted me. You hear me? Yeah. But yeah, man. Hey, most niggas be scared to come up to us. For what? We some of the coolest niggas you can meet. That nigga seen me and greeted me though, and kept it going. Real nigga. Yeah.
But as we all know, the streets have a way of flipping everything upside down. What happened next would ignite years of tension. Fast forward to 2020, and everything changed no cap. 6ix9ine's world collapsed when he got caught up in that RICO case with the 9 Trey Bloods. We all know what followed. Homie decided to cooperate with the feds, and just like that, he became the most hated man in hip-hop. When 6ix9ine got out of jail, he was basically blackballed. Nobody wanted to work with him. Nobody wanted any association. His career was hanging by a thread, and the same artists who once showed him love now treated him like he had the plague. That's the cold reality of the streets, fam. Once you cross that line, there's no turning back, but 6ix9ine wasn't ready to quit. He had money, connections, and a plan. Determined to claw his way back, he started reaching out to top artists with serious bags, trying to buy his way back into relevance. And guess who topped his list? NBA YoungBoy. According to 6ix9ine, he offered YoungBoy a whopping $1 million to drop a song together. $1 million, gang. That's life-changing bread. For a moment, it seemed like it might actually happen. They had conversations, were ironing out details, and the collaboration looked real. It would have been a massive comeback for 6ix9ine and a huge bag for YoungBoy. But here's where it gets wild. YoungBoy backed out at the last minute. According to 6ix9ine, he didn't want to be the first to jump back in after the snitch situation. The street pressure, potential backlash, and label politics were just too heavy, and YoungBoy made the cautious call.
We spoke after cooperation, like when I gave Kodak $1 million. I guess NBA YoungBoy, and I could tell you this, Act was, we were gonna pay, when we did that Kodak feature, we already had, not saying that Kodak was our second option, we just had the $1 million there to, do the video with fume vapes and all that shit. But I guess NBA YoungBoy was, I guess he didn't want to be the first person to jump, the gun.
But hold up, it gets even messier, shorty. After YoungBoy pulled out, guess who stepped up? LL Tim YoungBoy's homie, the same dude connected to that King Von situation. Yeah, that LL Tim. For those who don't know, Lulu Tim is allegedly the one behind King Von's killing outside that Atlanta hookah lounge back in 2020. This isn't someone you mess with's deeply connected to YoungBoy's circle and carries serious street credibility, so when he showed interest in the $1 million collab with 6ix9ine, it looked like 6ix9ine finally hit the jackpot. If he couldn't get YoungBoy directly, someone from his inner circle was the next best thing. LL Tim had clout in the streets, and a collaboration would still give 6ix9ine the connection to YoungBoy's world that he desperately wanted, but, just like with YoungBoy, LL Tim ended up backing out too. The politics were too heavy. Fam linking up with 6ix9ine after the snitching scandal was straight-up career suicide for anyone trying to maintain street respect. Even $1 million couldn't outweigh the potential backlash or the loss of credibility. This left 6ix9ine frustrated. He had the money, the drive, and the plan, but nobody was willing to risk their reputation by working with him. That kind of rejection can turn respect into resentment real quick. Fast forward to recently, and 6ix9ine decided he was done playing nice. During an appearance on Adam Ross' stream, he went completely off script and started exposing what he claimed was the truth about YoungBoy's situation with his record label. And this is where things get really spicy, gang. 6ix9ine didn't just throw shade, he went for the jugular. He claimed that YoungBoy was being played by Atlantic Records, that they owned all his music, and that despite being one of the hottest rappers in the game, he was getting controlled and limited by the label.
Right now it's NBA YoungBoy. They own all his music, Atlantic. If I'm lying, I'm flying. And he's right here. Cap.
This was a direct hit on YoungBoy's credibility and business skills. In hip-hop, owning your masters and controlling your music isn't just important, it's everything. It's the difference between being the boss or just another employee. So when 6ix9ine publicly claimed that YoungBoy didn't own his music, he was essentially calling him a fraud. But 6ix9ine didn't stop there. He broke down how the label system works, explaining how artists often get trapped in exploitative deals and end up having to sell their catalogs just to get quick cash. He basically gave a masterclass on how the music industry preys on artists, using YoungBoy as the prime example. Timing was key. YoungBoy has been vocal about his struggles with Atlantic Records, and rumors about his contract have been swirling for years. This wasn't just random shot. 6ix9ine was hitting right where it hurt. For those familiar with NBA YoungBoy, you know he doesn't take disrespect lightly. So when 6ix9ine made those claims about his music ownership, YoungBoy responded the only way he knows how, through his music. He dropped a track directly addressing 6ix9ine's claims. The line that got everyone talking, "Nigga, I don't do this with big set of tickets. I don't get my percent. What you talking? I get my whole percentage." YoungBoy was making it clear, 6ix9ine was completely wrong. He does own his music. He does get his percentages. 6ix9ine was just talking out his ass, but this response was bigger than music ownership. It was about respect, credibility, and setting the record straight. YoungBoy has worked too hard to let someone like 6ix9ine undermine his empire with false claims. Industry insiders even say YoungBoy reached out to media contacts to clarify that, unlike his early days with Atlantic, his current deals give him ownership and control over his music. Let's keep it real, this beef isn't just about music rights or collaboration offers. It's a clash of philosophies. 6ix9ine represents the controversial, shock value approach, Do whatever it takes to stay relevant, even if that means cooperating with law enforcement. YoungBoy, on the other hand, represents the street code: stay real, let your music speak, and never cross the lines he refuses to cross even amid legal troubles. This ideological divide is what makes their conflict fascinating. It's not just personal beef, it's a battle over what it really means to be a real rapper today. Even the $1 Million Offer drama highlights this. For 6ix9ine, it revealed a desperation to buy back credibility and relevance. For YoungBoy, it reinforced that his empire isn't for sale and he doesn't need stunts to validate his status. Now, let's address the elephant in the room: the label situation that 6ix9ine tried to expose. Sure, his delivery was messy and clearly fueled by personal beef, but some of his points about the music industry weren't entirely off. The truth is, most artists, especially early in their careers, sign deals that heavily favor the labels. Major labels like Atlantic Records have a long history of structuring contracts that give them significant control and ownership over an artist's music. But YoungBoy's situation is more nuanced than 6ix9ine made it seem. While he may have had unfavorable terms early on, his recent deals are a whole different story. As his popularity and leverage have grown, he's been able to negotiate contracts that give him real ownership and control over his work. The key difference? YoungBoy's unmatched work ethic and output. He's dropped hundreds of songs, multiple projects every year, and cultivated a fiercely loyal fan base. That level of productivity gives him leverage most artists can only dream of. When you're consistently putting out music that performs well, labels can't just treat you like any other artist, they have to respect your position. You become a revenue-generating powerhouse that they need to keep happy. So, there you have it, fam, the full saga of 6ix9ine vs NBA YoungBoy. From mutual respect back in 2018, to $1 Million Offers, to public beef in 2024, this story has it all: street politics, industry drama, snitching allegations, and two of hip-hop's most polarizing figures going at each other. What makes this beef so captivating isn't just the drama, it's what it represents about hip-hop culture, questions of authenticity, street credibility, industry politics, and what it really means to succeed in the rap game. Will these two ever squash their beef? Probably not. Their approaches to the game are fundamentally different, and that's unlikely to change. But that's exactly why we can't stop watching. What do you think, fam? Who's in the right here? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit like, and subscribe for more breakdowns of hip-hop drama. Stay safe, stay smart, and as always, keep it real. Peace.